everyone. I am back. Thanks for tuning into the Ask Rebecca radio show here at A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. I hope everyone had a great 2 weeks. Mine were good overall, but I was dealing with some intense fatigue between the energy shifts that I'm going through and then a little bit of some hormonal imbalances. So I needed to spend some time getting my own healing on. I'm not a big person into traditional medicine, although I use it in conjunction with naturopathy and homeopathy when needed. So much of my healing work consisted of scalar technology. If you guys haven't heard about that, check into it. Communicating with my own DNA and doing energy work and getting to the root cause of a belief system that affected my mind-body connection. And one of them being that we are consistently told and programmed from the time we are born that we age and die. So that is, in fact, programmed right into our DNA, right? See, he knows. My little guy had to hang out with me again today. So it is programmed into our DNA thanks to a lovely grand experiment being played out here on the planet with us. But that is a subject for another video that I plan on doing on my YouTube channel in the future. So we are officially in October. And the one thing I want to bring up really quickly is that Venus, the planet of love, is in retrograde from October 5th through November 16th. And from October 5th to the 31st, it's retrograde in Scorpio, and then in Libra from October 31st through November 16th. So hang in there because it could be a bumpy ride in relationships, and even if you aren't in a relationship, you're going to be forced to confront your baggage and any self-sabotaging ways, a lot of traumas, victim mentality. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming up. You're definitely going to have to deal with past relationship traumas, any hangups. All of this is going to potentially resurface. Exes could pop up. So this is very much a make it or break it time for relationships, not only with other people and romantic ones, but also the ones with yourself. Now, the other intensity happening this month is, and it's happening like right now, is there's new energies coming in from the cosmos. And in a nutshell, they're going to be causing some major transformations and truths to be revealed. And again, this is also in conjunction, hold on here, no. That's also in conjunction with the victim mentality that's coming up. So, no one wants to hear this, but your liberation and freedom is dealing with your emotions and becoming emotionally intelligent, along with learning your thoughts, feelings, and actions have consequences. So otherwise, you won't be able to awaken to your own gifts and abilities, or the fact that you're a creator being who creates and manifests everything that's happening in your reality in your life. So again, this is kind of another topic that I'll be doing a video on in depth on my channel. So, but that's kind of the energy for October. This new energy frequency that's coming in, that is probably going to last through to early next year. So it's going to be more of a purging process. And, I know nobody's really happy to hear about that, but you know what? It's in the best interest of all of us. And I also just wanted to send out a quick shout out, lots of love and prayers and just positive energy to the people in my fellow Floridians up in Panama City and Mexico Beach area. The Hurricane Michael came through and really just devastated and annihilated. If you haven't seen it on the news, I mean, it's just insane the amount of destruction that happened there. So I'm hoping that, everybody can recover as quickly as possible and get through this okay. All right, a couple of admin notes before we get into this week's predictions and I take a caller. I posted October 2018 psychic horoscopes for all the signs on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel if you're interested in checking out the videos for your sign. If you have a question or two you want answered without booking an appointment, you can go to my website, AskRebecca.guru. under the Ask a Question Now page to submit yours via email, text, Facebook Messenger, or any other way that you feel most comfortable. If you'd like to sign up for personalized monthly predictions specific to you, you can do that under the subscriptions page of my website. And lastly, if you'd like to book an appointment with me, you can email AskRebecca@gmail.com, or you can text or call 407-374-3133. I am honoring a Groupon pricing for any phone, Skype, or in-person appointments. All right, let's get into this week's predictions. Here's what you can expect for the week ahead, which runs from tonight through to next Thursday, October 18th. These are general predictions for everyone in areas of work, love, finances, health, and spirituality. So, general themes. This week, you could find yourself in some form of a neutral zone, or being in a neutral zone is what is most needed if you find yourself in some uncomfortable situations. What this could look like in your life is a state of being or physical location with empty, clean, open energy that is drama-free. Now, this could be happening in your life because your life is moving into something new, so you're kind of in that ebb. For some of you, this is new jobs, new babies, new homes, new friends, new ideas, new opportunities, basically all things new, while all things old are fading to black. Now, some of you could end up in situations this week where you need to remain neutral. Others may try to pull you into their drama, or you just might witness an altercation in front of you in some way that you might want to jump in and get involved in. I just feel like the best thing for you to do is to stay neutral. I feel this is also included with things happening in the world, things that you're seeing in the news. You can give love and support while remaining neutral and free of emotional turmoil and conflict. What people don't seem to realize is that your emotional discord feeds the darker energies that want to keep you alone, sad, in pain, suffering, separate, and fighting amongst yourselves. Not to mention, this emotional turmoil just attracts constant drama and negative situations into your life, so that this energy, and I call it dark energy, can feed off of your denser, emotional, intense vibrations. Like, that's how it survives. It's an energetic vampire. Instead of sucking your blood, it's sucking your energetic life force out of you. And the more that you're in drama and negativity and sadness and pain and all of that junk, you're just going to keep attracting the same sort of situations over and over and over again. So if everyone could just remain neutral, it would return to the light or find another planet to destroy and conquer. So with all the new energies coming in and Venus being retrograde, another theme this week is balancing internal polarities. Polarities means opposites, contradictions, or differences. The color magenta and the number 44 could pop up in your reality this week. Again, this is internal work. Some of you will be aware of what's happening because you're in tune with your bodies, mind, and spirit. It could feel like a download, different body sensations like hot and cold. You could experience what feels like electricity running through your body. You could experience flu-like symptoms, headaches, blurry vision. Like, there's tons of stuff. And by all means, if you're having these and it's intense, go to the doctor. You know, not everything is an ascension symptom. But basically what's happening is internal coding within your DNA is coming online because we're all ascending and we're moving into basically a form of a new reality. But first we have to purge and cleanse. So it sounds like a bunch of crazy talk, I know, but you will see soon enough. So this week you could be easily distracted, unfocused, feeling foggy, feeling tired, and resisting dealing with whatever unresolved emotional issues come up. There's a lot going on this week for you on every level. Some of you will need to deal with self-sabotaging behavior, judgment, criticism, being pulled into other people's dramas or the world around you, gossiping, putting others down, forgiving, fear of failure, fear of success, overindulging, and whatever else may come up that needs healing. So how do you know what needs to be worked on? Well, if you have a bunch of people criticizing you and judging you this week, then you need to look at where you do the same to yourself and others. Realize it's your issue too. And then that's how you're going to figure out what's going on with you. The universe, God, the divine energy, whatever you want to call it, is always showing you what needs to be worked on by bringing it into your reality. You just have to pay attention and realize that's what's happening. Now, those of you who have been feeling stuck in a rut, and more than likely it's been a self-imposed one, you're finally making moves this week. And last theme is most everyone will be thinking deeply about what their dreams and aspirations are for the future. And you could also have very vivid dreams. Work, for those of you employed, some of you are getting out of unhappy work situations this week. Some of you are finally just getting the courage to even consider getting out of an unhappy situation. Some of you will have some new opportunities pop up in your own businesses, and those of you happily employed may just catch an unexpected break that gets you out of your current situation really quickly. The way it feels to me is like it's an instant. Like it's almost instantaneously. Like maybe you're walking down the hallway and you bump into someone and they're like, hey, you know what? I was just thinking about you the other day and I think you would do great at this position in this job. And you're like, oh, I'm on it. Let's do it. And that's pretty much how it kind of ends up happening. But I do feel like belief in self is very important for this to manifest for you. And with emotions running high, there could be some emotional outbursts at work. I feel they will come from masculine energies, which could be male or female. For some of you, it's your boss. I see veins popping out of the forehead from just screaming or just the intensity of it all. I also feel it could be some coworkers who are having a tough time of things at work, but mostly the issues that are happening with this individual are outside of work. And I kind of just feel like there's a mixture of crying with anger. Now, work, for those of you looking, you got down. You lost out. Work, for those of you looking for a job, I feel there are some things on the horizon this week for some of you looking, but for the most part, I'm not feeling much action. There are a few unexpected opportunities that arise where a few of you may end up starting your own businesses or figuring out a way to make money while you look for permanent employment. Love, those of you in committed relationships and dating, some of you are having to travel backwards in time and deal with past hurts in order to start looking forward. So you're spending time thinking about what you want and truly need in your life when it comes to love. And this also goes for some of you singles out there. I'm also feeling romance, love, and happiness this week. Those of you that are looking for love and are single, I feel like some of you will have someone come into your life possibly this week. And for some of you at a later time this month and maybe even next month, that's ready to let go of everything to pursue their dreams of love and happiness in a relationship. So score Z's. I think that's amazing. So just make sure your heart is open and you're getting out into the world so that you can meet this person. Now, finances. Some of you have been overlooking opportunities this week. That opportunity could smack you in the face, so you explore further. Motivations to make money should be extremely high this week. Some of you may be ready to ask, ask everything, basically asking what you need to do and ready to risk everything to actually pursue your dreams, right? Sorry, my little guy's distracting me here. All right, he went to go lay in his bed. So I say go for it as long as you have a solid plan. Don't just risk everything on a gamble. Don't decide you're going to take your life savings and go to the casino and try to double your money, right? That would be a foolish risk. But only you can decide that for yourself. So if that's the route you take, more power to you. But I feel like it needs to be a well thought out plan. Overall, money is flowing this week for most. Even if you are in an ebb, you're making it through the week. And I don't feel too much burden or stress. Now, health, overall, I feel like it's high energy. It's a great week to consider any health changes to your usual routine. And those of you who have been putting off getting a checkup on cholesterol, thyroid, hormones, pap smears, STDs, colonoscopies, and mammograms, I feel strongly you need to go and get tested. And I also feel like someone could be pregnant and you don't realize that you are. So maybe a few of you need to go get some pregnancy tests. And lastly, there could also be ascension symptoms, which I talked about at the beginning, where you're feeling, maybe having some weird body sensations or just feeling a little foggy in the head and. All right. So spirituality, you're getting out of a rut, you're exploring new things, and you may be learning new ways to care for your spirit. I feel there could be some messages from speakers and writers with a spiritual meaning that you'll find helpful. So pay attention if you come across any. And those of you who are really casual about your spiritual seeking, I feel like there's a caution to remind you to make sure that you're thinking for yourself, you explore your own self, don't follow a flock, and really think deeply before you decide to run off to another country and join a group. I just felt like that was something I needed to say. That covers this week's predictions. I'm sending lots of positive vibes to everyone. I hope it's a successful week. Let's get to tonight's caller. I have Stephanie in San Luis Obispo, and I didn't butcher that, California. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How can I help you this evening?
I'm not sure because I've never really done this before, but I'm kind of calling in to get a feel on it.
Oh, okay, fun. That's exciting. All right. Well, actually, I feel a lot of good stuff for you. So I'm feeling creativity, feminine energy. I'm feeling strongly that you need to listen to your intuition and give priority to your passions and your emotions. I do feel there's some coming abundance. Abundance could be a combination of maybe some financial gains, also, love, time, anything that makes you feel whole and loved. I do feel like right now, and you may not be experiencing this yet, but I kind of feel like you're on fire. Like, I just feel like people are attracted to you, and I don't know. I feel like maybe you're helping others. I feel like you're learning to set boundaries. So I really kind of feel like there's maybe this new level of confidence that's going to be taking over for you, and just giving you like a much needed pep. I mean, I feel like you're a pretty peppy person anyway, but I just feel like you're taking it up a notch.
That's awesome to hear. I kind of hope so.
What about, so what are you doing for work? Because I feel like some of this creative energy that's around you, I just feel like I don't know if you work in a creative field or if outside of work, if there's something that you're passionate about, because I just feel like there's inspiration and creativity and like you're sharing ideas with people and they're being really well received.
Right now I'm a single mom and I'm going to school and I'm really passionate about becoming a teacher. So that's something I really want to do, and my son is kind of feeding that for me.
Okay, well, that really makes sense then, where you're being creative and inspiring to other people and your ideas will be well received. So, okay, so I feel like you, I don't know if you're finishing school at the end of this year or if it's the semester after. Like, I feel like you're pretty close to finishing what you're pursuing.
Yeah, I think I am too. I think I'm hoping that it'll end pretty soon here because I've been kind of working pretty hard.
Yeah, I feel like you've been busting your butt. So I feel like there's a strong possibility that you could be finished with what with the schooling process, December, January. I don't know how the school semesters run or anything, but I just kind of feel like the maximum amount you would have to do is like one more semester, or you're completing that one more semester that I'm feeling right now. But I just feel like next year is when you're going to be able to really put yourself out there as a teacher. Let me ask you, I kind of feel like you're not looking, I don't feel like a traditional route for you when it comes to the teaching. Like I feel like you want to do something different than what's being done.
Yeah, that's actually very true. I do want to do something different. I kind of want to do Montessori school and do a more positive approach to teaching kids about bullying and being confident in themselves. So it's a little bit different than the traditional schooling.
Yeah. I don't see you doing traditional teaching style. I really feel like you're teaching more about the ways of the world, right? Like I just feel like you're going to be like, this is how you balance a checkbook, and this is how you pay your bills, this is how you go grocery shop. Like I just feel like, yes, you're teaching math and things like that, but I just feel like it's going to be in a completely new and unique way. And I do feel like you're going to find the right fit for you. It may not be the first place you go. You might have like a stepping stone kind of a deal in between, but I feel like ultimately you're going to end up in a situation that is just like awesome. And you're in California, so it would be more realistic to happen out there with a whole totally different kind of school structure. And even further out from that, I really see you playing a role in like transitioning other teachers into the new way of teaching, if that makes sense.
That's awesome. Definitely does. That's awesome to hear.
Awesome. Yeah, I feel lots of positive stuff for you. What about the love department? Are you single?
I am right now. I actually have just split with the father of my child, but he's still kind of in my life, and that's something that I've been trying to make a decision on, is if I keep trying or if I walk away.
Well, I mean, I don't want to influence your decision, but I feel like you've already deep down, you already know the decision, right? I feel like the indecision that you're feeling has more to do with the concern over your son and his well-being in the relationship with his father, and just that kind of a fear. I don't feel it's because you're madly, deeply compatible, amazing connection, right? Like I feel like this relationship has had some issues, not from the very beginning, I would say at least from the middle. So
yeah, that's exactly it.
Okay, so I really feel that, again, you are in this phase right now, and like I said, you might not be experiencing it right this moment, but like it's going to happen this month, undoubtedly. There's no doubt in my mind. All of a sudden, you're going to notice that people are really attracted to you again. Like I kind of feel like that hasn't been on your radar because you're busy with your son, you're busy with school, you and your guy just split. So it's not something that has been on the forefront of your mind. But I do feel like you're going to start noticing that. And I do feel like there is a deeper, more meaningful relationship out there for you that's more compatible with who you are. Now, I feel like you and your ex will I feel like he's a good dad, and you will you guys will co-parent together. I feel fairly easy. If you can get past your emotional junk right now with him.
Yeah. That sounds pretty spot on.
Yeah, I feel like, you guys you'll be able to do it. So don't stress yourself out about it. Maybe just kind of let it go. I say, I just feel like the direction and the flow that you're in right now, it couldn't be more beautiful. And you're really going to be, you're going to be doing what you're passionate about and what you love, and your son's going to benefit from it as well. With your son, I feel like he's a good boy. I have 60 seconds, but I feel like there could be some times where maybe you're dealing with a couple of behavioral issues with him.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be correct?
Yeah. I mean, he's super young right now, but I've already kind of noticed that he's a little bit of a stubborn one.
Yeah. So I kind of feel like that's a little streak that you might continue to notice. Just, communicate with him again, like what you're going to school for and the new style of teaching and learning. You'll be able to use him as the guinea pig, and it's going to work out in both of your favors. And I only have 20 seconds. Last thing I want to say to you is make sure you're listening to your intuition, because I feel like your intuition is trying to talk to you and really, really guide you, okay?
Awesome. Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week. See you next week. Bye.